Okay, we're in here on day whatever with Elvis. Today's Tuesday. We got rained out yesterday, and then it was Saturday and Sunday. There was a rope in here, and we had some other stuff going on. So these guys have had 3 full days off: Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So of course, you guys know about Elvis and what he's been going through. I'm just going to start off and just see where we're at with Elvis right here. All right, see if I can touch him up here. See if he's going to let me touch him on these ears. Wow, you guys can't see that, but let me show you this. All right, so he's pretty good right there. There's the left ear. Yeah, and he's kind of throwing his head up, but it's nothing like it was. He's not striking at me. There's the right ear. Okay, I'm just going to kind of stay right here until he puts his head down a little bit. There, right there. All right, now let's check out his muzzle. I'd say we did some good on old Elvis here for sure. That muzzle, look at that muzzle, boy. He's loving that, man. He's loving that. That's great. That is great stuff. So we're kind of under the gun today, so what I'm going to do is make sure they just wear a saddle. We're not going to do a whole lot of training, a whole lot of groundwork. I feel like I ought to be able to just put the saddle on this colt. But before I do that, I'm going to go through and check on this striking and how he is with this flag. All right, we'll just go right on in here and see what that's like. Now, if you guys didn't see what that was like about a week ago, you really ought to go back and watch it, because that's just an incredible change right there in this colt. Make sure I bang that thing around his legs, all right in there. Make sure I get it up here in that blind spot, right down here. He was real funny about this right here, right underneath his right eye. Guys, that could not be any better, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead right on into working on some groundwork with him. All right. There we go. Now it's slippery in here, buddy. You better stand up. That's right, you better act like you got some sense. They really have to stay collected, keep their feet up under them to ride in this slippery pen right here. Or to travel, I should say. Not riding, but obviously we couldn't get on him in this. All right, if he wants to go the other way, that's okay too. You guys see, just because it's wet and slippery, I don't stop working. All right, now it was pouring rain yesterday. We couldn't work. But today, just because it's slick, I don't care. That's up to that horse, all right? He needs to take care of himself and travel like he's got some sense, and he won't be slipping and falling in here. It's when they get all braced up, tipping their nose to the outside and traveling all on their front end, that they start slipping and falling. So if he wants to run all the way out there, that's okay by me. Now he's licking and chewing right there. Well, buddy, you were just about to get to end your lesson right there until you ran off with me. Now if he wants to go over there, I'm going to follow him and just hustle his feet over there. This time I'm going to catch him right there. Send him back the other way. Catch him right there. Gonna let him go out there and catch him. Hustle his feet around. I want to go back over there, that's okay. All right, now we'll just see, you know, if he's willing to stand still. I think he probably was earlier, all right? But I just want to set him up for success. I want to make sure that we've at least showed him that, hey, moving your feet's probably not going to be the most comfortable thing for you to do. And so, now we kind of got his blood up. Is that going to cause him to start striking again? I don't know. He acts like he kind of wants to, but no, he's holding it together, so good boy, buddy. I'll let him track that flag a little bit. All right, let's just see if we can get this saddle on him. And if we can, we're just going to let him stand tied with the saddle for a little while. All right. Now, if he wants to move his feet, we're just going to put everything down, let him move his feet. No big deal. Going to saddle him like he's a broke horse. He's got some sand on his belly, so I'm gonna clean that off before I pull this cinch up. See how we're setting these colts up for success from day one? We introduce them to something. Well, we start off by moving their feet. Then we show them that they don't have to necessarily move their feet. And then we introduce them to something. And then if they don't want to stand still for it, we let them move their feet. And we just keep doing that over and over again until we get to the point to where we can come out here and we can really move their feet up front, and they decide pretty quick like, hey, I'll stand still and do just about whatever. That's what it is. Now you can do the run them in the ground method on day one. That's okay. And that doesn't conflict with my program. If you want to do that, it's fine. If you want to just move their feet until they absolutely want to stand still for anything on the very first day, nobody's going to complain about that. I'm just showing you how I do it because I really like to preserve a lot of the feel in my colts, and I feel like when I run them in the ground on that first day and I just shut them completely down, that I do take a lot of that feel out of them, okay? And a lot of that lightness. Now he's not going to buck. All that looks pretty good right there, so we're just going to quit him and go tie him up. That's all he gets today.